It is ranking time. And today, thanks to Christmas Clowns, we're going to rank the top 5 figures in my collection that have face paint. Let's do it. But before we look at the top 5, let's let's take a look at the figures that did not make the list. And here's just a few random ones. Not that one. There's the Warlord. He's got some face paint. Who else does? I did not include any tag teams in this, so Demolition and Legion of Doom, or the Road Warriors, they did not make this list because they're tag teams. Who else didn't make the list? How in the wide world of sports can you have a ranking with face paint and not include this guy? Well, I did it. He is one of my favorite wrestlers, but he did not make the list. Let's take a look at the ones that did make the list. And as always, this is my list. I don't have the exact series that they came from. I just have the character themselves. And let's take a look at the top 5. Number 5 is the Doinkster. Here he is, the old Doinky. This guy was hilarious back in the day. I loved watching him. Rest in peace to Matt Bourne. I believe, is that his name? Matt Bourne? The Bourne Identity? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, this character was hilarious and I loved it. And for that reason, he comes in at number 5. You can't have a top 5 face painted list without a clown. And here he is. He is number 5. Who is number 4? Number 4 is the Ugandan Giant. For some reason, I want to call him the Nigerian Nightmare, but I believe that's Christian Okoye, a football player. But this is the Ugandan Giant, Kamala. Here he is, and again, you can't have a list, in my opinion, without having the Ugandan Giant on there. Kamala coming in at number 4. We're going to set him back here. There we go. Who is number 3? Number 3, we got Golden Dust. Even though he's not golden, he's just Gold Dust. I mean, he is golden. He's just, that's not his name. Anywho, here he is. It's Gold Dust. You can't have a top 5 countdown, in my opinion, with face painted people unless you include Gold Dust. And so here he is. That's Gold Dust, and he's coming in at number 3. We're into the top 2. Let's take a look at who's number 2. I held up 2 fingers. Let's take a look at who's number 2. I can tell you what series this is from. This is Defining Moments Stinger. Here he is. Might be a surprise to some of you that he's not my number 1. I know this figure, a lot of people love this figure. I'm sure once he comes back to, or WWE or signs a Legends deal, we'll get this figure re-released. But this is the OG right here. And again, this is another figure that you can't have a face painting countdown without having the Stinger in it. So here he is. Sting comes in at number 2, which moves us on to number 1. Who's the number 1 figure in my collection that has face paint on? The number 1 is the newest figure. Here it is, Asuka. This Ultimate Edition has slowly become one of my favorite figures in my collection, and I don't even watch wrestling currently. I follow it, as most of you know, on WWE on YouTube, so I know about Asuka, but I don't know as much about her as I do the other guys. But this figure is awesome. The face paint is awesome. I do enjoy the mask on a little bit more than just the face paint, but still, it's an awesome figure, and it comes in at number 1. There it is. There's the list. What do you guys think? Let me know what your thoughts are on this list. Would these have been in your top 5, seeing some of the other figures in my collection that have face paint? I didn't show them all, but I did show most of them. Is there anybody else that you would have added? Is there anybody that you're like, hey, Why don't you have this guy in your collection? He's got face paint. Let me know whatever thoughts you have in the comments. And with that said, hopefully we'll see you on the next video. Wrestling Rewind figure ranking guy today. Just ranked the top 5 figures in my collection that have face paint on. And I'm out.